Missouri Senator Eric Schmitt is introducing a first-of-its-kind resolution calling on Panama to cut ties with Hong Kong-based companies that run several ports in the Panama Canal. It also proposes a U.S.-Panama task force for canal security and operational management, and comes as President Trump continues the push to take it back.
The most expensive thing, the most expensive thing we've ever built is the Panama Canal.
And you're serious
and
about it?
And unfortunately, Jimmy Carter gave it away for $1. Oh, no, we're going to have to take it back. China is running the Panama Canal right now. That wasn't the deal.
Here to discuss is the Missouri Senator Eric Schmitt. Good morning to you, Senator.
Good morning, Ainsley.
Good morning. Tell me about this resolution and what your desires are.
Yeah, look, I mean, President Trump has outlined this recently, but this has been a concern for a while, in that China effectively has control of the Panama Canal. They control ports on either end. Why is that important? Because most of the goods and services, or most of the goods that we transport to the Pacific that go through the Panama Canal, our Navy goes through the Panama Canal. When we foolishly gave it away, the one condition that was insisted upon is that the canal would remain neutral. It's not neutral anymore. It's part of China's Belt and Road Initiative, where they buy up ports, they build airports, and if you criticize the CCP, you may not get flights anymore. They build infrastructure that they can turn it on and they can turn it off. We simply, from a national security perspective, cannot have that situation with regard to the Panama Canal. Our Navy, as I said, goes through there. So President Trump spoke very clearly about this, and I think the United States Senate, who entered, into that agreement and essentially gave the Panama Canal back through that treaty to Panama, the United States Senate now needs to speak very clearly on this.
Yeah, so the president of Panama says it belongs to Panama. Is the president just trying to pressure on them to cut ties with China, or will he really take it back? And if he wants to, or he decides to, how can he do that?
Well, I think all options are on the table, but one thing is very clear, and what this resolution calls for is they need to expel all of the Chinese influence and companies that currently have operational control of that canal. Like I said, they control ports on either end of the canal. If they wanted to, I mean, first of all, there's a lot of surveillance concerns right now with our Navy passing through there, China being able to sort of know where we're at all the time. There's a lot of risk there if they wanted it for sabotage or whatever the Chinese wanted to do. If we, we're in, Ainsley, I think it's important to understand, we are in a competition with China right now. Who's going to win the 21st century? China has aims on being the dominant world power, supplanting the United States of America. They're playing the long game. They've built islands in the South China Sea. They're buying up ports all around the world. They simply cannot have control of the Panama Canal. So they just need to expel the Chinese influence from the Panama Canal, get it back to where it should be, which is neutral. And I think that's what the president's talking about.
How does this affect the American family?
Well, look, our goods, everything would get more expensive if China, really wanted to exert maximum control here. But I think from a national security perspective, that's certainly, as a member of the Armed Services Committee, where I'm coming at here, our ability to move ships from here to there, they go through the Panama Canal. So for American families that are out there that want to know that they're safe and that their military can protect them for, a power that has designs on world domination, the canal is an integral part to all that, and it must be neutral, and I think that's why this resolution is important.
Yeah, so are you getting bipartisan support? Because it seems like a no-brainer it should be a no-brainer for every American.
I hope so. We just introduced it yesterday. I hope this is something that Republicans and Democrats can come together. As Americans, I think this is an issue. This isn't partisan. This is about our national security. It's also, by the way, about 78% of the goods that flow through the canal are from American ships. And so this is a big deal for the United States of America.
Absolutely. Senator, thank you so much.
Good to be with you.
Good to be with you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.